we come across various types of people in our day-to-day life. Most of them are ordinary people who do what they're supposed to do. We also see some among the ordinary who stand projected. They perform excess than what was targeted from them. Then we see few exceptional people who do the most unpredicted in a manner never expected or even thought of. Most of their actions are unacceptable at first sight, but when they walk through the corridor of life, we just follow them feeling amazed and unassumed.
Life of Mr. Bankar Roy and Aruna Roy says exemplary stories, happening of the most impossible in the least segments in society.
When you start something, you can never say 30 years down the line it will look like this. Not possible. It grows, it evolves, it makes a mistake, it comes back, it starts again. If you haven't failed ever, then there's something wrong with you. You're not Superman. Either you're not admitting that you failed, and if you failed, then you say why you failed, and it's honest if you say why you failed, and then people can learn from that. Very difficult for people who have been through formal education today to actually, first of all, do anything which might fail because they don't want to fail. And if they have failed, they won't talk about it, which is even worse. So we have major problems with the formal educational system with me. I have no faith in the formal education system as it is structured today to produce results, especially if it is supposed to help the very poor in this world today. Solutions don't come from Harvard and don't come from Cambridge and they don't come from Stanford, no way. The solutions come from below.
Sanjit Bankar Roy was born in West Bengal in 1945. Studied in the prestigious Doon School from 1956 to 1962. Attended St. Stephen's College, Delhi from 1962 to 1967 and earned his master's degree in English. Surprised his parents deciding to devote himself to the welfare of people in the rural villages in India and world.
I went to a very expensive school and college in India. And in 1965, I went to a village for the first time and it changed my life. And I came back home and I told my mother that, you know, I'd like to live and work in a village. Something hit me in the village and I'd like to go back and contribute. There's something that I want to give back to society. She wouldn't speak to me for many years. The only time she actually accepted me was when the Prince and Princess of Wales came to Thilonia for the first time.
He is the man who founded the Barefoot College in 1972 in Rajasthan. There is no entry for those who come with degree certificates.
The Barefoot College is 500 kilometers southwest of Delhi, and it's a place which is the only college built by the poor, run by the poor and managed by the poor. And the first thing the poor told me was, please give knowledge, skill, wisdom more importance than paper qualifications. It's a place where we have a very different definition of professional. A professional is someone who has a combination of competence, confidence and belief. So we built the Barefoot College with barefoot architects who still can't read and write today, but they built my college at $1.50 a square foot, and it is the only college in India where we have only used barefoot architects. It is the only college in India which is fully solar energized. For the next 25 years, I have no problems with water and power, even though it is in the middle of Rajasthan where it sometimes does not rain for 5 years. And it was built by someone who's done only 8 years of primary schooling. Everyone sits on the floor, eats on the floor, works on the floor. No one comes for the money as much as for the challenge. No one is allowed to get more than $100 a month, even if you stay there for 30 years, because the money is not as important. 60% of the children in India can't go to school in the morning because they look after goats and cattle and sheep. So we try and see that we start a school for night. The night schools of Thilonia are for children who can't go to school in the morning, but they go to school at night. But the most important thing is that we teach the children democracy, citizenship, responsibility. So every 3 years, 7,000 children between ages 6 and 14 elect a Prime Minister. The Prime Minister today is 12 years old. She looks after 20 goats in the morning, but she is Prime Minister in the evening. Where is it written that just because you can't read and write, you cannot become a teacher, a verbal, oral teacher, or a doctor, or a designer, or a computer expert? School is what you learn how to read and write. Education is what you get from your family, your environment, and your community.